Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Nick from MMA Pixels about to break down Epic Fighting's upcoming card August 24th at the 4 Point Sheraton in San Diego, California. The first fight, we have Omed versus Gokhan. Yeah, I'm not pronouncing the last names. Sorry, I don't really know how to say it. I don't want to mess it up. But Omed is a wrestling jiu-jitsu background, taking on a boxer slash kickboxer. Gokhan had recently had a TKO victory win in May. Both listed, or I'm sorry, Omed is from Arena MMA. Justin Stevens making his MMA debut, taking on Matthew Shadow. Matthew is 1-2 out of White Tiger MMA. Justin is listed as Kung Fu style and Chi. So I don't even know how you prepare for Chi. Like maybe you have to look up a video game or something. But Shadow is a freestyle wrestler coming off a unanimous decision win back in May. Next up, we got Alan Scott, who is 2-0 out of 99 Jiu-Jitsu, taking on Brian Bahahina, is making his debut. He is a third-degree black belt in Taekwondo and a blue belt in Jiu-Jitsu, so well-rounded. And we got Alan as a blue belt and he has really good striking. He's coming off a unanimous decision back in February, so it's been a little bit of time since he's been away. We got Frank taking on Adrian Ochoa. Frank is listed as stand-up fighter, and that's pretty much all I know about him. He's a man of mystery. He's the Shadow. He doesn't even have a photo. Adrian is 1-1, blue belt, and then he has he's jiu-jitsu kickboxing. He's coming off a loss. He had a unanimous decision back in June. Ray Osborne, 1-0, taking on Kenneth Stone out of Alliance MMA, who is listed as making his debut, but in actuality, he has 8 years of training. He's 3-0 in Colorado, and probably by this time is already a purple belt. So he has some experience. He's listed as 0-0. Taking on Ray. Ray is coming off a TKO victory back in December. Took all of 34 seconds to get the job done. So not working for overtime. Then we got Avila taking on Schaefer. Schaefer is 1-1. Avila making her debut. She has 4 years kickboxing and 3 years MMA. Hasn't taken a fight yet, so she ought to be pretty good when she comes out. Schaefer coming off that TKO victory win back in May. May 18th, she got the win. Mason taking on Alberto Romo in what is a rematch. Mason is listed as independent. He's 3-2-1. He's coming off that draw. Let's see, back in June, and then Alberto is actually coming off a loss as well back in March. He's 4-7 out of Gracie Humatia. I know I said that wrong. Trying. But this is actually a rematch. They fought way back when in 2016. Alberto run the split decision, so I'm sure Mason would like to get that back. Probably feels that he won. I don't know. Haven't talked to him, but I could only imagine. Tara Tuna taking on Chris Nunez. Nunez is 1-0 out of 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. His last victory was by submission back in September of 2017, so almost a year layoff. I'm sure he's improved a lot. And then Kiana is striking, listed as a striker, and suffered a loss by split decision back in May. Next up is Amanda versus Pettigrew. Amanda is 0-1. Christina is 2-0, undefeated out of Catch 22 MMA / Alliance MMA. Amanda lost, last fight was a loss majority decision back in 2016. So she's took almost 2 years off and then coming back. I wonder if she's been training this whole time or if she just now getting back into it. But Christina, on the other hand, she's been going strong. She last fought in May, unanimous decision. She looks like she's just probably going to take another fight after this one, the next month, probably the next Epic card. Villalobos taking on Rena Norville. Rena talked to me last after her TKO victory back in May. She was on the show. She had that huge trophy she won. Epic's pretty good about that, giving you something to work for. That's pretty cool. Villalobos is making her debut. She's done quite a bit of grappling tournaments. She's won first, got second a couple times, but they've been kind of on the lower level white belt divisions. So Christian Adelon taking on Jonathan Kim. Jonathan Kim is 8-0, ranked number 2 in the state. And as you can see, his twin brother is listed here as well, Joshua Kim, 7-1. His only loss coming from none other than Jonathan Kim himself. No, just kidding. They didn't really fight. That's a Super Punch-Out reference. I don't know if you ever seen that. Anyways, what makes the joke even worse, Jonathan Kim and Joshua Kim aren't even fighting on this card. They're in the process of moving. They were moved up to Washington, helped Mighty Mouse for his camp, and I'm sure they got quite a bit of help training with the champ as well. So, like I said, Epic runs shows quite a bit. I'm sure they'll probably be on next month. But where does that leave Adelon? He'll be taking on Jorge Yepes, which, let me scroll down to the bottom as one of these alternates here, will be making his debut, but he's actually had over 4 years of training. So it'll be interesting to see. All 3 of these guys are really tough opponents. Next up, we got Josiah Simpson. He's 1-0 from the Arena MMA, taking on Isaac Cabrera, who is 3-1 out of 5-star fight team. How many stars? 5. Simpson coming off a TKO win back in October, and Isaac is a 10th planet blue belt, just coming off a TKO loss in June. It was really late in the fight. I think the fight was almost over, maybe 30 seconds, something left. Be interesting to see how he comes back from that, as that being his only loss. Cabellos versus Ramos. Ramos is 3-2 out of the guild. Her last fight was a split decision loss back in March. Not much on Andrea. Andrea making her debut. Louis De La Torre taking on Joshua Kim. Nope. Like I said earlier, he will not be on the card. But Louis De La Torre will hopefully be taking on Levi Escobar, who is another man of mystery. Not really, though. De La Torre is undefeated. Last 3 victories by submissions, 3 in a row. But if you go to Levi Escobar, he says, former RUF MMA lightweight champion, former WFF MMA lightweight champion, Combates Americas, 13 fight of the night, 1 WFF submission of the night, 2010 Arizona Teens BJJ Competitor of the Year. Whoa, he just went from a nobody to a somebody, huh? No, but De La Torre is really skilled. Joshua Kim's really skilled, and then Escobar is also really skilled. Be cool to see that. Hopefully, maybe Joshua could fight the winner. That would be awesome. That would be another great fight, probably main event type fight. Then we got Tyler Mead, who is 3-0 out of the Arena in Barrett submissions. Quite a bit of those guys, I believe. The Arena has said that name a few times already. Taking on Javan Coleman, who is 6-1 out of Excel Jiu-Jitsu, they have him ranked as number 3 in the state, but his last fight, he won the welterweight state camo title, which was relinquished by Christian the Lion Shark Avalos as he looks to turn pro. Tyler Mead is won all wins by submission as well, but Javan Coleman is really good at jiu-jitsu. I believe he's listed as a purple belt. Really good. His one loss is from, you could look it up. Steven Skov taking on Shields, who is 0-1 out of 10th Planet Spring Valley. So Steven is a Marine, Muay Thai, and judo. I don't know. Like, it sounds funny. All right. Steven is a Marine, Muay Thai practitioner, and judo. Taking on Shields, who is listed as Taekwondo background, coming off a unanimous decision loss way back in 2016. So it's been a long time since he's fought. Next up, we got Corey Inman taking on Anthony Maltman, both making their debut. Joseph Meraz taking on Victor Gonzalez out of Flow Row, BJJ, and MMA. Both making their debut. Victor is 40 years young. He has a year and a half of grappling training and probably over 12 years of kickboxing/boxing. I don't know how serious it was, but on and off in the gym, I'm sure, over his career. Miraz is listed as wrestling and Jeet Kune. Next up, we got John Roman versus Paul Ham. Ham has 2 years boxing and jiu-jitsu listed. John taking training out of Coastal Combat. Not really much listed for him. Is making his debut at the young age of 19. So that's pretty cool. I wonder if he grew up training or not. And then we have a couple of alternates down here. It's not quite sure if they're going to get a fight. Like I said, 2 of them already have fights, as I listed before. It would be awesome if we could get Enrique Marte on there. I'm a fan. I'm going to go ahead and say it. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you're one of the fighters on the card and I said your name wrong, I apologize if I said something wrong. Just leave a comment. I don't mind. You know, it's all about you guys getting your name out there, promoting the show. Epic's awesome event. If you're in the area, San Diego, make sure you check it out. August 24th, they put on really good shows, quite a bit of fights, nice production. And if you can't be there, eventually it'll get out to YouTube. But if you can make it, you should make it. And as always, if you guys like the content, please, hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the share. It really helps out. Thanks, guys.